I didn't pick out motivational speaking picked out me. Like, this was my biggest fear, speaking in front of people. I'm an introvert, I'm naturally quiet. I guess when I get on stage and talk about my purpose and my passion, this comes out. For me, doing this was a promise that I made to my friend almost about 10 years ago. My best friend committed suicide. And so when you hear me talk about your life isn't over, and you hear me talk about there's more to your life, I really mean those things because I carry so much guilt because I wasn't there for my brother. I was out partying when they found him. And I felt guilty because I don't know if anybody has ever dealt with that, but I was like, man, I should have been there for him. But I made a promise to him. I said, I'm going to dedicate the rest of my life. I'm going to dedicate the rest of my life making sure that everybody that comes in contact with me online, in person, they will know. They will not think they will know that they're enough. Because I don't want anybody to feel like he felt. So understand, when I'm doing this, I'm not doing this for anything to impress you. I'm not doing this for claps and yes and likes. I'm doing this to impact a life. And if you have your life figured out, is anybody perfect in here? Let me see. All right, cool. I was like, let me know the secret after, right? So if we're being real, if we're being honest, everybody in here is dealing with something. I don't care if you've been on this stage or not. We all have something that we're dealing with. And a lot of us, what we have, what I like to call silent battles. The battles that nobody sees. You're smiling for the camera, but dying behind the scenes. And these silent battles are so tricky because it's like we're crying out for help. We want people to help us without saying a word. So I just hope from my message today, the message that you heard from Rachel, which was incredible, everybody's been on this stage, I just hope that you finally step up and face your reality. Because you will never win your war by running from your battles. And a lot of us, what we do, we run from it. You will never fix what you're not willing to face. And it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not have everything figured out. I'm still trying to figure things out. In July, I took a break from social media because early this year, I feel like I lost myself. And so I reached out for help. Mr. Brown, Les Brown, he was incredible. Give it up for Les Brown, right? Man, that was incredible. Like the GOAT. What he said was so important. He said, don't be afraid to ask for help. And that's something I'm living by now. Is that I'm not afraid anymore to be embarrassed. You know, when you have this public platform when millions of people follow you and all these things, like they're in your life. It's hard because you have to put on a facade sometimes to let people know that you're okay. But I said, forget that. I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to be real. And I want to say this while it's on my heart. Your transparency will lead to other people's transformation. Understand that. Listen, a lot of us, we try to fake it till we make it. Right? So it's like even being a speaker. Can I be real with y'all? Since Dean took my yup, can y'all say, oh, yeah? I'm going to charge you for that one. Not playing. But to be honest with y'all, to be real with you guys, my whole entire life, and I had great parents, and I'm not saying I had a bad childhood. I didn't. I had a great childhood. Both of my parents were supportive. They're still supportive. My mom still calls me now, making sure I'm all right. I'm like, I'm 34. I'm good. But my whole entire life, I was against the odds. Anybody ever felt like that before? Right? Dang, nobody else? Dang, y'all good. It's like, nah, not me. I got it all figured out, Trent. But I was against the odds. And one of the major odds that I was against, and I'm going to talk about this for a little bit, I only have an hour up here, was me being an NFL football player. That was my dream. Since I was 6 years old, I had 2 older brothers. All I wanted to be, it was my life. And to be real with you, it kind of is weird to say this, but it hurts to say this. Football was my God. So for you, it might be your job. For you, it might be a relationship. That was my relationship. But my whole entire life, when I told people I wanted to be an NFL football player, you know what their response was, right? That can't happen to you. Yeah, right. Teachers, give me the percentage. I already know the percentage by heart. It's 0.009% of you having the chance to become an NFL football player. And I said, well, I'm going to be in that 0.009%, right? And a lot of people, what was happening was they were placing their impossibilities on my life. And I want you to understand something. When you leave here, and it's true, I'm sure you experience this all the time, there will be people that place their impossibilities on your life. They're going to tell you what you can't be. They're going to tell you what you can't do. They're going to tell you what you can't heal from. They're going to tell you what you can't grow from. And a lot of us, we are too good at taking advice from people who have never been successful at what we're trying to be successful at. So don't let people place their impossibilities on your life. When I wanted to be a speaker, when I finally realized that it was the platform, I was like, God, like, you could have let me just, like, not be a speaker. I don't like to speak. It's my biggest fear. But he called me. And that's how it happens sometimes. God he doesn't qualify, right? He doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the call. And with my life, I can honestly say, I can clap for that. I'm like, clap. It's okay. I'm sorry. Like, that's my faith. Nothing against anybody, whatever you believe. I just got to tell my story and be real and transparent with my life. And so with me being a speaker, I'm just going to be honest with you. And nothing against anybody, but I'm a little different. I'm a little different, especially in this field. When I first started telling people I wanted to be a speaker, say, Trent, you're not professional enough. You don't wear the suit and the tie. You don't know how to write on a flip chart. You don't know how to do all these things. You don't know how to do this and do that. You're not professional enough. You know what I told them? I said, I'm purposeful enough. And they kept trying to tell me, they kept trying to change me and change my message and change. If you do this, you can speak at this company. If you talk like this, you can get in this building. But my grandmama told me something I'll never forget, God bless her soul. She said, if you have to change who you are in a negative way to get something, then that something is something that you don't need. And so for me, I said, I'm not going to change in a negative way. I'm not telling you not to grow and change because we should change. You should never stay the same. But I said, you know what? Since they won't let me in the building, I'm going to build my own. Since they won't share their platform, okay, cool, I'll build my own. And it took 10 years. You heard everybody's story. It took 10 years for me to get to this point. When I first started speaking, literally, it would be like the first 2 rows, and those people were my friends and my family. But it took me years to get here, and I didn't use any excuse. A lot of us, we are living life like this. Oh, the person I reached out to didn't reach back. The influencer didn't reach back. It's my mom's fault, my dad's fault, it's my husband's fault, my wife's fault, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's this. You're living your life like this. And as long as you live your life pointing the finger externally, you give that external force, whatever it is, the power to control the rest of your life. Everybody point at yourself. Say it's on me. Say it's on me. Where you go or don't go, I promise you, it's on you. It's your responsibility. Take the power out of whatever excuse that you are given the power to. Take it back and realize that you are enough. No, seriously, you are, because I know we talk about loving yourself and so many people say it, but then when I look at their life, it's not a reflection of loving yourself. You got to set the tone for your life. If you don't love yourself, guess what? Nobody else is going to love you like that. If you don't respect yourself, nobody else is going to respect you. If you don't think highly of yourself, if you're not going to go and make the world respect your greatness, then nobody else is going to make you, nobody else is going to believe in you. But it starts with you and what you believe in.